What's going on, Miss Radia? Hopefully I'm saying that right. You can unmute yourself whenever you're ready. Get my, if you got any questions, you can just unmute yourself. And then if you don't have any, we can.
Hello.
Oh, hey, there you go. How you doing today?
I'm well, thank you.
Good, good. Did you have any questions to start us off?
Okay, yes. How you doing?
Perfect. I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. I was calling in today because I had I signed up in January of last year.
Okay.
I did get 2 large contracts. One, I had too much turnover, so I ended up having to go in before my good government job in the morning. But anyhow,
Right.
I have the opportunity to do this large 8-site medical outpatient facility, and they want me to submit a proposal. And so I think the old starter kit or something that no longer works probably. I don't know. I'm just trying to locate where I can get proposals from to actually help, or some assistance with that.
Okay. One thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop sharing my screen because I'm trying to start uploading these to YouTube now. So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen real quick. And if you can, I'm about to go in the back end of my website and I'm gonna get you straight. Give me 1 second. 1 second. I want to go.
I love the Facebook group, by the way. I really wasn't, once I got the leads, I was thinking of more or less like this would be supplemental income. Oh,
right.
wow. I don't know.
Right. That's what's up. I appreciate that. Let's see here. And have you have you been able to even use the Calculated Clean app yet?
No.
Okay, cool. So
I don't even know what that is. That's what, I guess that's what. Yeah,
right, that's what you need. Right, exactly.
Okay.
What's your email address?
It was like the beginning of January of last year.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, I don't see no account for you. So what I'm gonna do?
It would be Bright Finish. It would be under that. That's what it would be. BRITE.
So how it works is you get the first free year to it is free. I mean, that's the first free year. The first year to it is free, and then after that, it'll automatically want to charge you the $49 per year. But you can cancel anytime before that year. You'll still have access up until the year is over.
Okay. So which one did you send? You sent it to Radia.Carson?
Yeah, I'm about to send it now. I'm still.
Oh, okay.
Like we could.
Where are you located, AJ?
I'm in Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And let me know if you got a email. If not.
All right.
Okay.
Yep, Calculated Clean welcome. Yes,
Perfect.
I did.
Perfect. So now you should be able to click that. I think they'll have you set up a password and you should be good.
Okay.
Yeah. And so for the course, you go to if you just go to cleanbiznetwork.com, you click the menu and you click log in, it'll take you to the course login. So it's 2 separate ones. I'm working on getting them combined so it can be less confusing. Okay. But sorry, that's the way we got it right now.
Oh, no, it's okay. I know we all growing.
Right.
Okay. So this is good. So if I need any assistance, do you have some support?
Yeah, so the support, it's crazy you asked that. So we literally I just hired a office manager, so office assistant. So we got an actual phone number now, and she just got that phone number today. So starting tomorrow, you better just call us. You can email us at support@cleanbiznetwork.com. Then you always can email me too, AJ@cleanbiznetwork.com. You can hop on this call right here every Wednesday. What else we got? You can schedule a call with me and do a one-on-one consultation if you want a consultation. And then also tag me inside the group.
You said what? I'm sorry, I missed that last part.
Yeah, but I was saying you can also tag me inside the Facebook group too.
Okay, I'll do that. But thank you. I'm gonna work on this evening, and if I need some assistance, I'll just shoot an email.
Okay, yeah, definitely shoot me an email, and I got you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
No problem.
All right, y'all take care.
All right, you too.
Bye.
All right, Mr. Andrew, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I can't complain at all. You got any questions for me, or you just chilling today?
I'm just chilling, but I'm kind of trying to get a feel for what people are feeling about the new strand of COVID that's coming, and then this monkeypox stuff. I kind of feel that it's going to be bigger than what people are thinking it's going to be. Mm-hmm. And I think it's an opportunity for us to start pushing the disinfection services again a little bit harder, because they kind of have dwindled down for me.
Right.
I'm not sure how everybody else has been feeling. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, I'll be honest, man. I'm so out of the loop. You know, I don't watch the news. I'm not
Yeah, I
following
don't
anybody
either.
on
I don't
social
either.
media. Like, so I have no idea. I did see something real quick though. I did see something about the monkeypox stuff, and I think they said that we had like actually it was 3 cases the first time I saw it. Then I seen I think 17 after that. And so
Oh, I
that
didn't even see that.
yeah, so that got me a little scared. But it was like, well, I'm just like, you know what? Until I hear more about it, I'm just gonna pretend like it's never happening, right? But yeah, I think your mindset on it just based on this little limited information that we know so far, right? I think that's it, right? Like it's the same mindset that the ones who excelled when COVID first hit, that's
Mhm.
what took them apart and made them actually make more money in the pandemic versus going out. Because some people actually went out of business in this industry in the pandemic because they panicked, right? They didn't
Right.
take advantage of it. So I think that your approach is perfect, you know what I mean, for and especially with you thinking ahead of it. So I would just market it to my current customers, you know what I mean, and bring it up, try to research on it yourself so you can get ahead of the curve. And that's pretty much it, man. And also, like you already know, go out to new customers as well with the same approach. So,
All right, cool.
all
I'll
right.
just listen.
Okay, cool, man.
All right.
See what we got. Let's get some of this stuff out of here. And let's get to the Facebook group. So this is this. What is this? That's a back end. Get out of there. All right. That's where we want. All right. So first thing first, Dejan Hart says, hey, CBN just did my first claim since being in business May 3rd. So that's what this month still. Good gracious. It was a move in, move out. Not too big. Older home. That clean biz package made it a lot easier to close. Excuse me, made it a lot easier. Salute to that guy, AJ. Appreciate that. Shout out to Dejan Hart. All right, that's crazy. So he been in business for less than a month, already getting money. So love to see that. All right, what else we got? Miss Daisy says, help bid this. There are two of these duplexes. All right, so we would need a little more information. At least I would. Let's see what if anybody else in the group got something. Hey, did you try and turn the spec right? So, I mean, like unless we know the square footage or how long you think it's gonna take to clean, it's kind of hard for us to help you with just the pictures. I'm gonna add to it in here. Let's see. Obviously, it's a move in, move out though. So for move in, move out. Oh shoot, what is this? Anyway, for move in, move out. There we go. Move in, move out. All you do is go to the calculator clean. You go to the special bid calculator and you just plug in the square footage and it'll tell you exactly what it is. So if you come down, let's go. Apartment move out, you plug it in there and it'll tell you how much you should charge for it. All right, let's go back to commercial though, because we're probably gonna need that more than anything. Hey, Mr. Leader, you got any questions for us? If you do, you already know what to do. If not, no, man, just keep it muted. You keep chilling and listening in. All right. Teresa says, so I mentioned account that only wanted me to clean in the daytime. I declined the account, but then they came back and said, I can clean at night. They need an estimate for everyday clean. See what happened? That's why, number one, you don't just settle for anything and be desperate for money. You gotta like approach situations in business. All right, let me say it like this. Don't approach situations in business in a desperate state, because then you get taken advantage of and put in situations that you don't want to be in, right? So if she would have just accepted him like, hell, I need the money, I'm taking this contract, then she would have been stuck cleaning that account during the day, which me personally, I hate to do it. And obviously she didn't want to do it either. So instead she stuck to her guns, told him she couldn't do it. They turned around and came back to her and she got it the way she wanted it. So which it looked like I don't know if she got it yet, but like she's going to get it the way that she wanted. So just a lesson there to definitely stick your guns. And like I said this on I think the last call, if not the call before that, when we were discussing this account, because I remember what she's talking about. Sometimes you can take those daytime ones, even if you don't want one in the day, but just discuss with them beforehand when you accepted that typically we don't clean during the day, where you typically get a key, you get an alarm code. But if you want to give us like a 30-day, 60-day trial just to make sure, you know what I mean, see how you like us, and then we can get keys and come out the hours. So you can have that discussion with them as well, just so you can secure the contract up front and then go back. But you going in with the intentions and letting them know that you intend to eventually make it an evening account or after hours account. So, but congrats to Teresa. What else we got? Mimi, I seen her. She's been hot in the group lately. I seen she said just did a walkthrough CBN lead. literally in tears because I don't have any manpower to do. I seen this is the one I saw, and I think Andrew, I saw you up there, and you told her hop on the call. She ain't on here though. I ain't calling you out, just saying, Miss Mimi. But yeah, everything that everybody I looked through this, and I didn't even see all these other ones too. But everything everybody was saying up here, just that was it. Like, get it anyway. She was saying that she got this huge contract, but she don't have the manpower to cover it. Get it anyway. Secure the contract. Figure out how you're gonna staff it later. All you gotta do is subcontract. I know I'm saying all you gotta do like it's just so easy to click of a button. It's not. You're gonna be stressed. You're gonna be, you know what I mean, feeling overwhelmed. You're gonna be in over your head, but you just do it. And you learn from it. Either A, you're gonna get it and it's gonna go amazing and you ain't gonna be able to believe that you're pulling this off, or B, you're gonna F it up, right? But you're gonna learn even if you do F it up, right? And when I say F it up, you simply gonna sign a contract. They're gonna say start on Monday, and then you're gonna have to make that bad call and be like, actually, can we start next Monday, or can we start Tuesday, or can we, you know what I mean? You basically just got to talk your way through it because it might not go the way that you told them it can go. And by that happening, it could make you look bad and make them say, you know what, just forget it, we'll find somebody else, or it might make them work with you. You still end up closing the deal. So just try it. Just secure the deal, figure it out later. Typically, most contracts don't start ASAP anyway. So sign, get the deal done, and then figure it out as you go. But definitely, I loved everybody's feedback on that. All right, what else we got? Miss Nicole got some stuff for us, but I don't think I'm gonna play it on this. I'm gonna listen to that on my own time. Have you heard of paid when paid, payment term of construction cleanup? Paid when paid. I haven't heard of that. It's only 2 minutes. Let's see if let me know if y'all can hear it.
I just recorded a video, but I'm gonna record it again because I was having some difficulty. I hope all is well. Usually if I am doing a live, it's probably around 3 topics. So as you know, I have a little bit of a fascination with payment terms.
Mhm.
So I wanted to find out if you all had ever heard of this concept of paid when paid. So
Yeah.
we got a construction.
I want to guess and say that's basically what I used to do with my cleaning company, right? When I first started and I was just raw, because Jam Pro had these long pay dates, right? So it was just like, if I don't get paid until January 31st, my subcontractor didn't get paid to January 31st. And if Jam Pro was late, my subcontractor's payment was late. I tried to, if I had it, I would pay them even if I didn't get mine, but typically they had to wait till I got it. That's what I think this is now that I think about it, paid when paid. Well, let's see what she's saying.
Request today from a company that I'm not familiar with. They said they were a subsidiary of another company that is out of state. And I asked about payment terms. They were looking for a price quote for August. They said, oh yeah, we do paid when paid. And I asked the lady who requested the cleaning, what does that mean? Does that mean that we get paid when the cleaning is completed? And she said, yeah, that's what it means. But let me go back to my supervisor and ask them a few more questions. She came back and found out paid when paid means that the cleaning company gets paid when the contractor gets paid from the owner of the property, which is like a super indefinite amount of time. Like that could be a month, that could be days, that could be, I mean, I don't know when you're getting paid because I don't even know your payment terms for your owner. So I told her that would work. But
right, I bet you did.
What you all, how you navigated those terms. Have you ever heard of it before? I told her that basically we could help her with the cleaning request, but we would need a net 5 with the deposit for new customers. So I'm just curious as to what you all have done in those situations, or if you've ever heard of that language being used. This is a company out of Tennessee. I think, Wayne, are you close to that area? Wade, sorry, are you close to that area? I'm not sure if that's a Tennessee time. I don't know. Okay, talk to you later.
All right, so that you can see what I typed there. I think it sounds risky. I wouldn't deal with, especially if it's a big contract. Like if it's a smaller one and you got the money in the bank to float paying your people to clean it, and you want to try to take the risk on, go for it. But I ain't messing with that. And post construction, just in my limited experience with post construction jobs, you definitely got to be careful. Like she said, taking a what's it called, a deposit up front. Definitely. I mean, definitely try to get 50% at least up front to cover your payroll, if nothing else, because if I ain't never heard of nobody running off, know what I mean, with the money like that, it's definitely either post construction and apartment move out. So it's the main two I hear on this commercial side of things where you hear about that occurring the most. So I wouldn't mess with it personally, but I'm glad she brought up the point. And also, I got to get her back on for another interview because I think her and Miss Van Tressa too is another one. And she got an old interview, but I got to get her back on because these are two people that I know of in this group. If it's other people, I must be forgetting, but they're the only two that I know of that's saying that they're getting paid up front for commercial cleaning. And I would love to hear how they're having that conversation. I mean, getting away with this stuff, right? And from what I know, or what I think I know, because back then when I interviewed Nicole, I wasn't brave enough to ask the revenue question yet. So I didn't know what she was doing, but based off of what I see, you know what I mean? Like from her vehicles being wrapped to the way she has her website set up and a lot of things that she's doing, it seems apparent that she's doing pretty good revenue. So I would love to have her on to see how she's getting away with it. And then Ricky too, when we was at the CBN conference, Andrew would there tell you that Ricky told us that actually he didn't say this on stage. He said this to me at the bar afterwards. He said that he gets paid every 2 weeks. I don't know. I don't think he said it on stage, but I know he definitely told me at the bar that they get paid every 2 weeks, 1st and 15th. So again, remember, we are our own boss. It's our company. We set the terms in our proposal, and it's up to the customer to have that discussion with us if they see something that they don't like in our proposal. But on that last page, on that service agreement page, shoot your shot. If you want to say payment due upon receipt of the invoice, and you send the invoice on the 1st and you want to get paid on the 1st, even though the contract starts on the 1st, try it. See what they say. You know what I mean? Just try it. And then also I noticed she said in here to net 5. So that means instead they'll start on the 1st, 5 days later they get the money. But again, her payroll probably into the 15th, right? Or to 2 weeks after. So I just, either way, as soon as you can get the money, the better for sure. All right, what else we got? Shakima says, I have a client who did a deep clean for my first job. Okay, first job, shout out to her. And she's wanting to get her home clean on a monthly basis. That's perfect. I mean, you did great. Now you won the business. And that's the goal. Anytime with residential, the goal is to get if you do a one-time clean, hopefully you do well enough and they bring you back on for a repeat. Would you charge this as a deep clean since it's a gap between the time? No, no. Because that's standard with residential, honestly. The first clean was the deep clean. Yeah, see, bi-weekly is like a normal thing in residential. So I want you as a deep clean, but just make sure that you charge accordingly, right? If it's gonna take 4 hours, don't. If it's gonna take 4 hours, make sure that your math works out to 4 hours. For example, let's go here. Let's go to the residential calculator, for example. Let's just say you cleaning a 2,000 square foot house. We skipping method 1. As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna get rid of this part of the calculator altogether for the residential. I don't like it. It's something I came up with years and years ago. But this one is more trustworthy to me because I like that production rate model. But let's just say it's a 2,000 square foot home. And they saying that the job takes 4 hours to do, right? Now, if you say you know that's going to take 5 and not 4, please override it and go off of that. Because again, the calculator only telling you what you put into it. Okay, so now they're saying 225 a visit, but if you left it at 4, they would have told you 180 a visit. So you don't have to treat it as a deep clean, but just make sure that you charge accordingly based on the man hours that you know is really going to take to clean. All right, that's what I got on that. Let me explain further on the weekly call at the 30-minute mark. What else we got? Tracy White says, "Hey fam, how much would you charge for a deep clean?" Everybody, I swear I've seen this question like 3 weeks in a row. It's hard because for one, I don't know the square footage. For two, it's a lot. But anyway, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, whatever you would charge for it regularly, double that. That's typically a lot of times how I'll come up with a deep clean because it's typically going to take you double the time. So if it is going to take you 4 hours to do it regularly, if you deep clean it, charge them for 8 hours. And if you do 40 hours, $40 an hour, then 40 times 8, that's your price. So it's kind of hard for me on those, but hopefully you'll see this and that'll help. All right, what else we got? And this is the one she was talking about earlier, so I'm not going to speak on this because I spoke on this one last week. All right, what else we got? Dealerships getting that crispy clean. Shout out to Najee, Mari checking in. New member too, he been getting it too. I've seen his name in there. Tamika says a church, another new member that's getting it right away. A church asked if we knew how to. We didn't, so we learned how to. Yeah, see, this one scared me too. Actually, I did see this the other day. And so she literally, apparently she must have taught herself how to strip and wax. And hopefully, if she did, kudos to her. Okay, because stripping wax is not no joke. With that low speed buffer, if you don't know what you're doing, I promise you that thing will definitely throw you through a wall, literally. So I'm glad she was able to pull it off, and hopefully nobody got hurt, right? And that's what's up though. Let's see if she said anything. Dang, why keep doing this? Go back. I hope it don't mess up the whole thing. It did. All right, let's go down. Go down, go down, go down. She ain't saying nothing. All right. What else we got? My bad, y'all gotta get back to the position again. Facebook tripping today. All right. Hopefully it's at the top. There we go. All right, BNI networking group invitation accepted. Let's network. I like it. I heard you can get a lot of business from that. I never did the BNI, but definitely heard nothing but good things about it for sure. Andrew said he's in CCR, which is one. Which one are you visiting? Okay, but what's group that meet over at Stone Road? That's what's up. All right, what else we got? What do you say to a cleaning company when you want to work with them? Van Tressel already answered, and Van Tressel, I'm gonna tell you about her. I told you I got to get her up for another interview too. For one, this is the answer. Would you be interested in becoming an affiliate partner or subcontractor? That's number one. And she's speaking from the term of getting a cleaning company to sub under you, which is exactly what she needed, by the way, because she asking that because of what we told her from that last post about her winning that big contract. But Van Tressel too, I'm gonna tell you about her because she got the cleaning business automation program and she already taken advantage of it. She rolling, man. And I got a chance to meet her at the event too. And she had already started subbing then when I met her there, and then she took it to another level with the CBA, cleaning business automation program. So appreciate her feedback on that one and shout out to her. All right, what else we got? How do you write subcontracts? I got a few mentioned in here. I mean, a few examples inside this group. So definitely just use the search button right here inside the group and you can find that. I don't feel like doing it right now, but if you search this group, you probably should be able to find it. All right, what else we got? COVID emergency and scheduled service. I think it's one inside the course too, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, shout out Charles Clark. I'm not gonna read it because I already know he in there just posting motivation. That's what he do. Shout out Charles Clark. Jesse Denmark says, I've been in business for a year and I'm now averaging around 24,000 a month, only doing commercial, looking to expand into residential soon. Keep grinding, everyone. Sound like Jesse need an interview, don't it? Congrats to Jesse. I don't even think I've seen Jesse in here posting for real. And it'd be like that a lot of times. Like I'll have people just randomly pop up and be like, hey, I'm making an X amount of dollars a month. We getting it. And then I'm like, well, hell, come on to interview and tell us about it then, because I ain't seen you posting that in the group. And then I'll interview them and they'll be, just dropping gems and sharing things that I told them that I didn't even know because they never asked anything, right? They just used the resources that was there. And it'd be surprising, like Tony Williams is a prime example of that. But anyway, Mimi says, thanks CBN, I got this too, appreciate, absolutely. Shout out to her. All right, Brianna says, I'm in the process of bidding for my first contract with an apartment complex. These apartment complex, I know it because of CBN lead generation service. I always don't like talking about the apartment complex because my experience is limited. You know what I mean? I want to be able to help the best I can. But my lead generation is just, that's the easiest thing for us to get for some reason. But anyway, I'm in the process of bidding for my first, okay, weekly turnover, complex for weekly and turnovers. Oh, okay, bam. So they want the common areas clean probably, so like the clubhouse weekly, and then they also want her to do the apartment turnovers. The whole walkthrough, they complain about the current cleaners not doing anything and missing a bunch of details. They have gone through 3 companies, okay, since December. The current providers are doing $125 per turn and $400 a week for vacuum and dusting. That sounds about right, especially if it's a typical basic clubhouse, right, or rent office. Dusting all stairwells, I believe they might be potential problem clients. I believe that the pricing is way too low. They want me to come back with numbers close to what they're paying now. I feel like deep clean should be over $200. I'm thinking in terms of scaling up. But that's the thing. They should define deep clean, right? So we need to make sure that the scope of work is legit, because if the scope of work is simply, and let's go over here so you can see what I call standard clean. If the scope of work is, actually, we got to go to proposal. So let's go to office proposal. And by the way, if you ever going to do a proposal for apartments, you notice I don't have a section for apartments. That's because I would use the office one. And what I would do is on this part right here, that's for the common areas. And then down here in the additional pricing terms, you can put 1 bed, 125, blah, blah, blah. And you can put any details there. All right, for the apartment part. But that's how I would do a proposal for apartments. But anyway, these top 4 right here, dusting walls, remove all trash, vacuum, mop. Actually, just them first 4. Each service, right? That's a basic clean. And then high dust will be what, weekly, if not monthly, something like that, right? So we'll say weekly for this, weekly for this. And then she did say once a week. So since it's once a week, then maybe we'll put bi-weekly or monthly, all right? But basically the point I'm trying to get to is this. Then dust baseball is monthly, spot clean window, we do that each service, and then fog or disinfectant and a probably, all right? But this is a basic cleaning contract scope of work to me, from the way I was taught through the 2 franchises that I was with and subcontracting other cleaners in the past, all right? This is basic cleaning. Now, a deep clean would be changing these bi-weekly ones to every service, right? That would be the difference, okay? Now, this is all the scope of work is basically these first 4, and then you get those every other time or something, then I wouldn't call that a deep clean. And then also you got to remember, so how long is this going to take you? I don't know how, you said 16 stairwells. Is that it? So dusting all stairwells, let's see, 400 a week for vacuum and dusting all stairwells, I believe. So I don't know the whole, I will need more details on it, but let's just say, how long do you think it's going to take you to do those stairwells each time you go? Let's say it's 2 hours to do whatever common areas they want you to do, all right? So 2 hours, and then you go in there once a week. So let's just say 5 times a month at the most, okay? Because sometimes it's 5 weeks in a month, right? So you go in there for 10 hours a month. If they want to pay you $400 a month divided by 10 working hours, that's still $40 an hour. That's pretty damn good for commercial cleaning. All right, you pay somebody else $20 an hour to do it and you good. You make half of it. All right, so make sure that you're doing the math on it. Let's not guess. And I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but I just want to make sure that we got logic behind it. Because I mean, I've seen this so often, time and time again. Like I saw it anyway, talking to other cleanup company owners, but when I became the operations manager and the franchise consultant for Jam Pro, and I had to train other franchise owners, and I mean, every time I would speak to them, they was, oh, this contract on the bid. I'm like, well, how you know? What's the math on it? And they couldn't tell me. Well, no, I just know for something this like this, you just can't get. Like this should be at least $200. I'm like, but based on what? Like you have to make sure that you know how the numbers work out in order to make a valid argument. And so I just made a valid argument on how $400 a week could be enough, because you could be making $40 an hour, which is more than the typical going rate in most areas that I know of for commercial cleaning. All right. So just keep that in mind. But again, I would need more details to know for sure if that's the right price. What else we got? As far as the turnovers, 125 per turn, that should be good as long as the units ain't too big. What's that, probably 12.5? Well, that's if you do 10 cents per square foot, but depending on how big the apartments are, and turnover price ain't always that great either. But same way on this, how long is it gonna take you to do it? Is it 2 hours per? Then you making what? 125 divided by 2. I don't know what it is. You tell me. All right, 62.50 per hour. Not bad. You know what I mean? So you just got to do the math on it. All right. And then what is this right here? They want me to come back with the numbers close to what they're paying out. I feel the deep clean should be over 200. Let's see what we got here. Ask the right questions, get them to see how big the problem is. And that's good. That's great advice here. I did 125 for 1 and 2 beds, and then 150 for 3 beds, 2 baths. I like that. And what is this? Are you doing the work or an employee? So again, I like this question, but it's not the right question. She said, are you doing the work or do you have an employee doing the work? That's a question I used to ask, and I used to make that a point as if it mattered. It doesn't. Whatever you would charge if you had somebody else doing it, you should charge the same if you were doing it yourself. Okay. Only difference is if you clean it yourself, then you just gonna make way more. But if you hire somebody else to do it, then you're making 50% of that. But you still want to charge as if you got employees cleaning it, because if you do scale, which I hope you plan to do at some point, you're not under bid already. Like it's already at the price that it should have been anyway. So the profit will still be there even after you hire somebody. Because see, a mistake I used to make, and a lot of people still make to this day, is you would charge the client the amount that you want to make for it. When in reality, it ain't about you. It's about the company. How much should the company get paid for so it can have enough to pay out an employee? All right. Welcome to Shakima. I believe that's how you say it, Shakima. If you can unmute yourself, how you doing?
Yes, thank you. Hi, AJ. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Did you have any questions for me?
Not at the moment. I
Okay.
probably would before you get off.
Okay, cool. Yep. Well, you already know how I go, I think. All right, you could just mute
Well, it's my first time, but
okay, cool. Well, welcome again. And the way we typically do it is I just read questions from the group. You can listen in as long as you want, and then keep your mic muted. But if you got a question, you just interrupt me anytime. Unmute yourself whenever you're ready.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, what else we got? Brianna says, how would you bid an apartment weekly clean, 11 buildings? This is the exact same question. I guess you just put a little more details on this one. So I already discussed that. And when did she post this? This was 2 days ago. Okay. I'm gonna tell her, listen, we call at around 44 minutes, actually, make that about 40-minute mark. And also provide the foot time it should take to clean if possible. Okay, what else we got? And now I can hit this button since I replied to it. All right, what else we got? Radius says, I need help with the proposal for outpatient. I just talked to her. She was on the call earlier, so she should be good now. What else we got? Just finished my walkthrough, my first walkthrough, sending that proposal and prayers up. Shout out to Sheen Taylor already getting walkthrough done or proposals done. So hopefully you close that deal. And make sure to follow up, y'all. Don't just submit that proposal or hand out that flyer and hope that the phone magically rings. Like go back and say something. You know what I mean? And ask specifically for the person who's in charge of hiring the cleaning company. Like don't just talk to Peggy at the front. You know what I mean? Get Peggy to plug you in with Susan, who really in charge of things. All right. What else we got? Quinn Coakley says, how do y'all handle situations like this? I'm thinking about charging the office. This is my number one complaint. Or am I overreacting? I ain't gonna lie to you. This is typical. And I would just make sure we have a discussion with them, right? So number one, like they already doing it, try to put it all in one central location. That's number one. And just accept, because and a lot of times with buildings like this, they typically do it once a week anyway. It's always typically a day where they set them all there. So just be prepared that on that every Wednesday is gonna be a little extra 15 minutes, but you're gonna have to deal with them boxes, right? But the only thing I would say is like if they weren't doing this, then make sure that you ask them to do this, like put it all in one central location, preferably by that back door where the dumpster at, right? And then also label them, because what you don't want to do either is throw away a box that they plan on keeping for whatever reason, right? So, but I mean, yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, how much extra time is it taking you? You know what I mean? If it's eating away at your profit margin, it's fine. But I mean, an extra 15 minutes once a week, ain't no need to, you know what I mean? No need to risk pissing the customer off over that. What they say is part of the trash. It's one of them things. Exactly, I'm with you. I usually ask them to break it down. Yeah, I mean, same stuff. I wouldn't worry about that. All right, Kansas monthly. I tell you what. Never mind. I ain't gonna say it. All right, what else we got? William Wade says Kansas monthly recurring revenue service needed. Do we have someone clean? Okay, bet. So he looking for somebody to sub on him, I assume. So shout out to William Wade, growing. All right. I think that's Red Sim says, hey, y'all, I'm struggling. I can't get a bid appointment to save my life. I saw this, and I love the positive feedback on here. It's just really, you just got to keep going. You got to keep going. And this is the thing, you said you called 50 people today and got nowhere. Well, sound like you got to call 100 next time. That's really the mindset it takes, dog. You just got to keep doing it. And I tell you what, get on YouTube. They got cold call videos out there. You know what I mean? So listen and see, well, maybe it's a way that I can improve whatever I'm saying. All right. And then also, I think this is the most important thing. And I've said this a million times, but I'm gonna say it 1,000,001. Most of the number one mistake everybody make when they cold call or when they go in and hand out flyers that you're talking to the wrong person. You're wasting your time. Don't talk to the gatekeeper. When you pick up the phone, and don't say, I mean, when they say, hey, this is Jackie with medical services. You don't say, hey, Jackie, this is AJ with Clean Business Network. We just call and see where you're happy with your cleaning service. Of course, Jackie gonna say that. She the gatekeeper. She's gonna get you the hell out of the way so she can get back to the patients, right? So instead, don't waste Jackie time. Ask Jackie for exactly what you want, which in this moment is not the walkthrough yet. What you want right now is who's in charge of hiring a cleaning company. So, hey, Jackie, is AJ with Clean Business Network. Would you happen to know who's in charge of hiring a cleaning company for you guys? You caught her off guard because you asked her directly for the question. You ain't asked about her day, none of that. You know what I mean? So you caught off guard. She's gonna answer because she's trying, again, she's just trying to do her job and get back to playing solitaire or scrolling on Facebook or something, right? So, or her customers are sitting in her face. So if you ask her directly, do you know who's in charge of that? She probably 9 times out of 10 will give it to you. Now you can proceed to ask, oh, cool. Is Sean available right now, real quick? Typically they might say no, but who cares? Now you know Sean's name. So now when you call that exact same building back later today at 2 o'clock, because you're gonna put it in your notes on your little spreadsheet, because you ain't just calling blind, right? You got some spreadsheets that you're gonna take note of after every call, right? And so now you put on your notes, I'm calling this building back today at 2 o'clock. I called him this morning at 9, but I know Sean is in charge. I couldn't talk to Sean, but now I'm gonna call back today at 2 o'clock. Now I'm gonna call and I'm gonna ask for Sean directly. Hey, HW Clean Business Network. Actually, my bad. Don't even introduce yourself that second time. Don't even introduce yourself. Oh, hey, Jackie, is Sean available? Bam, you skip right into it. Now she might say, oh, sure, man, who calling? Oh, yeah, it's AJ with Queen Business Network. Then you can say it, right? But for the most part, just definitely, and don't say Sean Johnson either. Don't say the last name. Say it like you talk to him all the time. All right, but that's what I got on that. All right, what else we got? AC Main says, and I got 10 minutes left. Peace family, I've been brainstorming on ways to expand my services to reach more profits. I've decided to add power washing to my portfolio. Does anyone have any experience in this particular field? Any suggestions would help? My only experience in this was when I was the ops manager at Jam Pro, and I had some franchise owners that did it. And I can tell you this, they really ate off of restaurants with that. Like they was cleaning the inside and then they were power washing the like the outside, especially if they had like outside dining areas. That's where they really made a lot of good money. It's definitely easy money, and I won't say easy, but good profit margin. And again, I said this many times, but I said it again. All special services pay the best profit margin. So if you don't know what a special service is, you got commercial, which is basically like office buildings, right? Residential is houses, and then special services is anything under this special bid calculated here. So if you're looking at stripping wax, carpet cleaning, pressure washing, window cleaning, all of those typically pay more than just your regular janitorial as far as profit margin goes. But regular janitorial, aka commercial, is still the best to me because you got those big lock-in contracts, there's recurring revenue, you get paid every single month repeatedly over and over. All right, special services are usually one-time jobs, maybe once a year, twice a year, once a quarter, but it's not every single day, every single month. You can't, you know what I mean? It's just a little easier to scale with janitorial to me. All right, what else we got? This is old. I got to it a long time ago, apparently. What is this? I am new to Clean Business Network. I am currently in the process of building my cleaning business from the ground up. As of now, I have my EIN, articles of organization. In order for me to open a business bank account in the state of, that's a damn shame, y'all. I don't know the state abbreviations. I want to say that's Wisconsin. I don't know, but anyway. All right, I need an operating agreement. How or where can I do this? Yeah, so you got to have that. Actually, I ran into this too, but it was only Navy Federal required it. So I don't know if that's a state thing. I think that's more of a bank thing. So whatever bank you with, that's probably what it is. All right. But then so you might want to just try another bank if you want to deal with it. But I got an operating agreement inside this group. If I want to say I do and I want to search it, but the problem is if I do, I'm gonna lose my spot and I don't want to lose my spot. But if you, anytime you in this Facebook group, just click that little magnifying glass somewhere. It's gonna be here on your phone as well. Click that, search operating agreement, and it should pop right on up. All right. And if you don't find it, tag me and I'll find it for you because I'm sure it's in here. But we definitely got a sample of them in here. You just copy it and then tell it for what you needed to say for your company. All right, what else? And I got it right. It was Wisconsin. Good. I ain't embarrassed myself too bad there. All right, what else we got? Charmaine Roberts says, hello there. Any suggestions on how to clean these concrete floors? It's postal structure. Two ways. You can either pressure wash it or you could problem with pressure washing though, because I don't know if that's, it don't like no paint. I can't tell if it's paint on that or not. If it's paint on it and the problem with pressure washing is it might chip the paint off. So the other suggestion would be to auto scrub it. And just Google auto scrubber, you'll see what I'm talking about. They just got the little brushes up there. You can also use a low speed buffer too. Low speed buffer with a brush attachment on it do the same thing as an auto scrubber do. Actually, I typed it in so nobody replied. Auto scrub. All right, what else we got? And so for the solution, you just use an all-purpose neutral floor cleaner for the solution. Mix that, dilute it to whatever they tell you to dilute it to on the bottle, and that's pretty much it. All right, what else we got? Going door to door, my flyers tomorrow. Let's get it. Oh, that's right. This was the one he just said he got to walk through by doing that. So and submitted the proposal. What else we got? Sherman says, oh my bad. Andrew says disinfection services are gonna start picking up. Okay, yeah, you were just talking about that. So come up with posts about your service. Monkeypox is going. I agree 100%. I agree, and this monkeypox thing, like, yeah, yeah. But the bottom line is that the disease is the disease, and if you can disinfect, then it should be able to help prevent it. So definitely, I'm with this 100%. I plan on making a video or YouTube about this soon. You should educate. I agree, and you definitely should. I told you, is a need for this, for somebody to really specialize in it. I don't feel like doing it, so if you can do that and be my ally in this, I would love. That would be so great. Like be the expert on that. All right, what else we got? Okay. Does anyone have a 24-hour cancellation policy? Could you share with me? A 24-hour cancellation policy. Oh, this might be either in regards to one-time cleaning, but what I really think is in regards to is residential, because we typically don't have that problem with commercial. And so I think what she's talking about is like if you try to cancel your cleaning service on the day of, should they get charged with a fee? I think you should, and I think that try to do what Miss Stephanie Richardson Parker. If you find her in the group, type up her name in this group and try to DM her. She's usually pretty helpful. But she collects the cards up front. As a matter of fact, Teresa Hudson, she's active in the group. She can tell you about doing it as well. But try to collect the customer's card up front, maybe even with a deposit as well, with this residential stuff to help prevent this. That way, if you want to charge a cancellation fee for that 24 hours, you can do so because you already got the card on file. But I don't have a policy that I can share, unfortunately, because I'm more commercial. So sorry, which I could help better on that one, but hopefully that little bit of information was able to help. All right, Angela Edwards says, how much would you charge for a 2-bedroom? Tell me, I keep seeing these things for a move out. I would just simply get the square footage, plug it into this special bid calculator here. We're under the move out section, and that'll be your price. All right, and actually I can, no, I won't do it because I probably put this on YouTube. I was about to say something. All right, what else? All right. I don't know. I wanted to try his name, but I ain't even gonna try it. Mr. Yin Yang says, "Hey guys, I can't seem to find a form on how to write subcontracts to other cleaning businesses. Can somebody?" I shared it. I literally just shared it. I click file and what else we got? 1 minute. I do one more. Let's see. Does anyone use Angie's List? They keep calling me about this $100 lifetime program, but does it work? The real question. I used them before, way back in the day. They was it was Home Advisor then. I did get one commercial cleaning contract off of them, and it was legit, but it was a lot of little bogus ones that I had to deal with from them. But from what I remember, as long as nothing changed, if you let them know that the lead that they gave you was bogus, they will give you a credit for it. They won't give you a refund, but they'll give you a credit and you can just replace it. But it's so many different bogus ones that after a while I couldn't keep up with it no more, and I just left them alone. The other thing I don't like about them too, which I don't mention this often, but I just thought about it, they put you in lock-in contracts. So you got to pay that new renewal fee every year on top of paying for the leads as they send the leads into you. And it's like, if you don't cancel within a certain amount of time, they are very aggressive with trying to like putting you in collections and trying to get their money back. And I definitely walked away and never paid them. So just FYI, and it never did show up on my personal report either. So there's that. All right, what else I got? Maybe I do this one last one. I hope I don't regret it because the like is a lot. Let's see. I am in the process of bidding for a large contract, at least relative to my current business, right? And my rate is $45 an hour for $480 a month, which comes out to $21,600. Okay. I like to start my employees at 22. Any thoughts on my rate to clients and pay a rate? I'm performing. I'm in Wisconsin, which is more rural country. Okay. I tell you now, I can't get away with $45 an hour here. Only way I could get away with that is if you're talking about once a week. So I can do that on a once a week clean. And you know what I mean? I do 50. You know what I mean? It take an hour to clean. We charge $50 per visit, 50 times 5. You know what I mean? Something like that. But I don't think that you'll be able to get away with that. And here's why. It's because, think about this. If a company, like, what's stopping a company from going and just hiring their own in-house janitors? You know what I mean? $45, $50 an hour on the residential side, we get away with that because they can't just hire a janitor. You know what I mean? You're the cleaner, right? And then you're also not going as often with residential. So that's why you can get away with those high hourly rates. That's why I always tell you the profit margins in residential is higher, but the checks are way bigger in commercial, and it's easier to scale in commercial because you go more frequent, right? But the hourly rate is typically lower. So if you want to pay 22 per hour, here's how I would get away with doing that. You're just gonna have to take less profit. But you got to figure out this. And again, I'm not in Wisconsin. I've never been there a day in my life. And I'm also considering this, you said a country rural area. What that tells me, if I'm thinking about it, this is just my common sense kicking in here. This ain't no professional stuff, but I'm thinking that maybe that means that you got less competition, which means you might can exploit a little higher rate. That could be the case here, so you could be okay. But if I wanted to pay $22 an hour here, then what I would do, all right. Typically, my answer on how much the charge is, whatever you would pay somebody else to do it, double it. Okay, so if you want to pay $15 an hour, then charge a customer $30 an hour. But if you want to pay a little bit more than what's standard, like $15 an hour here is standard and it's pretty good pay right here in Florida where I am. If I wanted to pay 22 here, that's fine. But I better recognize that the going rate for commercial cleaning here is still around about 30 something and lower per hour. People are still charging 20 something, 23, 24, 25 an hour here at the prime contractor level. So the subcontractor getting 22 an hour is going to be difficult. But what I would do if I wanted to pay that high, the other thing that you can do is just add $10 to whatever you paying somebody else. So if you want to pay to $22 an hour and you know the market rate in your area won't let you get away with 45, then charge 32. So you still can pay your people 22, you charge a customer 32, and then you left with that passive 10 an hour. But you just got to make sure that that profit there is still enough to cover all your, because that's gross profit. You still got to pay certain things out of that gross profit, right? So just keep that in mind, because employee pay / contractor pay is not your only overhead. So, but again, I'm not in your area, so I don't know if you can get away with $45 or not, but I would find it hard to believe. I just can't see it. I mean, maybe certain parts of California and New York where this stuff is extremely high, but other than those two places, to my understanding, I don't see it happening.